It started with a sentence no one ever wants to hear. The room went quiet, and even the ticking clock seemed to stop. The doctor's voice was calm, but his words tore through Kelly's heart like glass. "We can't cure this." Mark didn't move. He just sat there staring at the floor, hands trembling slightly. For a moment, Kelly thought she had misheard. That maybe the doctor meant something else. Something fixable. Something small. But deep down she knew. This wasn't just another diagnosis. This was the moment their lives changed forever. Looking back, Kelly could see the signs were always there. The mornings when Mark said he was just tired. The evenings when he pushed away his dinner, saying he'd eaten at work. She'd laugh it off, call him stubborn, tell him to rest, but inside, she knew something wasn't right. His smile had grown thinner, his laugh quieter. Some nights she'd wake up and see him sitting on the edge of the bed, holding his chest, breathing slow. He'd whisper, "Just heartburn," and kiss her forehead. But it wasn't heartburn. It was something deeper, something quietly spreading. The fatigue grew worse. The sparkle in his eyes faded. And still, life went on. Shows to film, interviews to attend, smiles to fake. Until one morning, in the middle of their kitchen, Mark's body went weak. His hand slipped from the counter and he fell. That was the day everything stopped feeling normal. The hospital smelled like disinfectant and fear. Kelly sat alone in a hard plastic chair, fingers locked together, her heart beating so fast she could hear it in her ears. Mark was somewhere behind the double doors, surrounded by strangers in white coats. She wanted to run in, to hold his hand, but all she could do was wait. The hallway felt endless. Nurses walked by without looking up. Machines beeped faintly in the distance. Every sound made her flinch. She tried to pray, but the words wouldn't come. Her phone buzzed, messages from friends asking if everything was okay. She didn't know how to answer. Minutes turned into hours. When a doctor finally appeared, Kelly stood up so quickly she nearly stumbled. His expression gave it away before he spoke. They had found something serious. He said they needed more tests, that results would take time. But Kelly didn't need to hear the rest. She could feel it. The fear she had been pushing, down for weeks, was now standing right in front of her, wearing a white coat and avoiding her eyes. When the doctor finally called them in, the world seemed to move in slow motion. Kelly held Mark's hand tightly as they sat across from the desk. The doctor took a deep breath before speaking. He didn't rush. He didn't look away. His words were soft, but they felt heavy, every syllable sinking deep into the air between them. "There's a mass, and it's malignant." Kelly froze. She blinked once, twice, waiting for him to continue, to say something hopeful. But then came the words that shattered everything. "We can't cure this." The silence that followed was louder than anything she had ever heard. Mark's hand loosened in hers. She turned to him, searching his eyes, begging for some reaction, anger, disbelief, anything. But he just stared straight ahead. Kelly's throat burned. She wanted to speak, but no words came out. The doctor explained the next steps, treatment options, ways to manage what couldn't be stopped. But all Kelly heard was the echo of that sentence replaying in her mind. "We can't cure this." At that moment, time stood still. The world outside kept spinning, but for them, everything had changed forever. That night, Kelly sat alone in the dark, replaying every second of the day. The house was silent, but her mind wasn't. She kept hearing the doctor's voice, that same calm tone. "We can't cure this." Tears came quietly, falling onto her hands as she whispered, "Why him?" Mark walked in slowly, his face pale but calm. He sat beside her and said softly, "Don't cry, Kel. We still have time. Let's use it." She looked at him through her tears, realizing he wasn't afraid. He was ready to fight, even if the fight couldn't be won. In the days that followed, something inside them changed. They stopped talking about doctors and started talking about dreams. No more waiting for someday. Someday was now. They took walks in the park, watched sunsets, laughed at old photos. Each moment felt fragile, precious, like holding light in their hands. Kelly promised she would stay strong, and Mark promised he would never give up. Together, they chose love over fear and hope over everything else. Life doesn't always give us answers. Sometimes it just asks us to keep loving through the pain. If this story touched you, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more updates, and share your thoughts in the comments below. We're here with you.